If the numbers work, just buy it. This is Rick Jarman, Real Estate Old School. You know, I did a video on here a while back, and I think that's what I called it. If the numbers work, just buy it. But you know, there's a lot of people still haven't watched that video, I guess, because I just get amazed at people saying, well, I'm going to buy my first piece of real estate when the market crashes. Or I'm going to buy my first piece of real estate when I see a bunch of foreclosures. Folks, you know, you got to quit worrying about everything being just right before you do something. I've been in this business full time, 36 years this past June. It's all I've ever did, like I've told you before, between my 11th and 12th grade of high school, been in the construction, rental business, remodeling, flipping, and everything. That's all I've ever done. It's the only jobs I've ever had. Went full-time in business, like I said, for myself in 1984, just turned 29 years old. I've seen interest rates when the best mortgage we could get for somebody buying a house was a 12 adjustable. I've seen 16, 17% interest rates from the bank when you're trying to do business. I've seen 10, 11, 12, just all kind of rates. I can remember when people camped out all night long to get 11 3/4 fixed bond money. That was a federal type loan. They camped out to get in line. And here we are with the rates we have now, and people are saying they're waiting on either the rates to get better or something to happen, somebody lose a piece of property. Well, folks, I forgot to cut my ringer off, but you know, I just forgot. So I had to figure out where I was in my talking. I don't remember where I was, but it was getting good. I know that. Anyway, if the numbers work, just buy it. I've been on Instagram now a little over a year. Now, if somebody would give me $10 for every person that asked me, did I think it was a good time to buy? Did I think it was a good time for this, a good time for that? Man, I could go buy me another house with them $10. I'm telling you, folks, you learn your market. You learn financing. You need to know how much you can buy. You go get pre-qualified at a bank, credit union, whoever you're dealing with. Because there's no need to look at a $100,000 house if all you can buy is an 80. You find out what you can buy. You learn your market. You know, I've had people say, well, how do you know if something's a deal? You learn your market. Then I say, well, how do you learn your market? I got a video on here to tell you how to learn your market. I broke it down to like buying a car. But folks, you got to watch these videos. You can't take the shortcuts. People won't just DM me and say, what do I think about this? You know what I do now? Most time I say, here, I'm sending you a video. Watch this video and go and watch all the videos. You know, you got to learn to dig things out yourself. You can't just say one little answer and you've learned what you need to know about this. But you got to study this business. Financing changes. But one thing it doesn't change is the need for housing. There's always going to be a need during good times and bad times. Just like, you know, when times get bad, people say, well, what am I going to do? Well, let me tell you, during the worst recessions, I've been through 6 of them, if you count the one we're in now, people had to have a place to live. You're going to rent or buy or live under the bridge, like I always tell you. You know, and I hear people say, well, this corona thing, folks aren't paying. Well, you're supposed to have reserves. If you've got one rental house, and if somebody's behind on their payments a couple of months, you're supposed to be able to ride that out. You're not doing it right. If you hadn't followed and watched and learned and listened to us that get on here every day, myself, Mark McMahon, he and I, do a question and answer. I don't want to say show, but we do a live. That's the word I'm looking for. We do one every Wednesday night just about. And all we do for an hour is answer questions. But if you'll go watch his videos, go and watch my videos. A lot of people got some good videos on here. It's free. Learn the stuff, but you've got to study it. I've got probably 450 videos on here now. Now, grant you, they're little short videos, but if you'll listen to them, you'll pick up some pretty good tidbits in there. I ain't trying to sell you nothing in them. If you're not willing to watch the videos, there's no need to DM me and ask me what I think about this, about that. If there's, a video that answers the question, go and dig. I tell folks all the time, you go to my page, you scroll to the left, there's the IGTVs, they're all labeled, and I try to label what one's about in the title pretty much. So go and watch them. I got several new followers. I thank y'all. I want to encourage all of you to go and watch the videos. All I'm here is trying to help folks, but through my videos. I don't have time in my day to stop and answer everybody's questions when the answer's right there in the video. So anyway, for one final time, probably won't be the final time, I'll probably have to tell you again. If the numbers work, buy it. Don't worry about all this other stuff. I tell people, if you find a deal and the numbers work good, it doesn't matter if the market's good or bad as far as the price is going up and down. If you're buying it as a rental house and you're not selling it, all it's going to affect is your financial statement because you're not selling it. The rent's coming in and it's a positive cash flow like you want. That's all you want. Don't matter if the house goes up 1,000, 2,000, down a couple thousand. If the numbers work, buy it. Folks, I thought I better come back and explain myself on something. I said we're in a recession now. It's debatable. Some people say we're not. Some people say we are. Several of my banks that I borrowed from, they're treating it like we're in a recession, and they're not loaning money to new people, and sometimes even existing customers unless it's really a good deal and, if everything aligns right. So far as I'm concerned, if the banks are not loaning money to me and they're treating it like a recession, I'm in a recession. So whether we're in one or not, we're in some different times right now. But it will pass like everything else, and people still have to have a place to live. So just keep after it, keep learning, find those deals. I will leave it with you now. Talk with you later.